There is classified material beyond this point. In case you decide to continue, you will be monitored. This is your only warning. I was once again walking through the long and dark hallway of the basement's second floor, immune to the noises coming from the containment cells. Despite being completely soundproof, or that's what we used to say at least, each cell gave clues of the kind of creature contained within. It's as if it was impossible for them to hide their true nature whenever they felt someone was around. This also occurred with the oldest specimens. Some of them were already there before I started working at the Foundation. It took me a while, but I was finally getting used to it. I no longer got startled, and I no longer stopped walking. Oh well, except for 106. That was the only one who managed to drive me crazy. The day's work was harder than usual. It's like its piercing screeches tried to make my eardrums explode. I could feel the wrath and thirst for revenge that creature expressed, having been captured about a year ago. I wanted to think that over time we would manage to calm it down, but in any case, my destiny was in its cell. Just like every day, my visit was for 191, or April as we used to call her since we found her during spring. Ignoring her disfigured body, we could say she was our little pampered girl. At some point, she was born as a human baby, but now half of her face and skull have been removed. She was missing many teeth and part of her jaw. Her right eye had been replaced with a complex transceiver system. Her arms and legs had been modified with steel and carbon fiber components, and she no longer had lungs or heart. She was fed through a complex tube, which is the reason why she had a macabre hole in her abdomen. I guess we could refer to April as a cyborg, half human and half machine. She reacted well to her containment. She was docile and always cooperated with us, so we classified her as a safe object. And although she couldn't speak, we managed to understand her most basic thoughts. It's just as if her brain had stagnated at the earliest stages of infancy. She's probably a failed experiment from another organization. And of course, it was us the ones who had to pick her up and keep her away from the citizens. Fortunately, we always arrive on time, but I do wonder, what will happen the day we don't? Tiktakers, we know you're all big fans of creepypastas, and at some point, browsing through the internet, you've probably read about the SCP Foundation and its strange creatures. But what is it exactly? The SCP Foundation is a mysterious secret organization that operates clandestinely around the world. It operates beyond the laws of governments, and its goal is to study objects, entities, and phenomena which they call anomalies, and which may represent a danger to people. The SCP acronym stands for Secure, Contain, and Protect, and once an anomaly is detected, the Foundation captures them and watches them so they don't fall into the wrong hands. Afterwards, the anomalies are contained so that their effects cannot propagate. And finally, the people from the Foundation try to protect humanity by covering up the existence of those anomalies from the public and neutralizing them. The Foundation can even destroy anomalies if they entail an extremely high level of danger. The SCP Foundation classifies anomalies in 3 categories: Safe, which include the least dangerous objects; Euclid, which are anomalies with unpredictable behaviors; and Keter, the most dangerous anomalies that require the highest level of containment in their facilities. Up to this point, there seems to be more than 4,000 registered anomalies in the Foundation. Or at least that's what their creators want us to believe. The SCP Foundation is a fictional collaborative project being developed on its own website. That means that it works very similarly to the creepypasta tales we all know about, since those stories are all written by the community. This initiative has received praise for being able to produce horror through its scientific and academic writing style. And it has even appeared in video games such as SCP Containment Breach from 2012. In any case, we feel relieved to know that this organization doesn't exist in real life, and that there aren't actually terrifying creatures lurking around us. Right? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, and if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!